Hi guys, welcome to the Creative Talk, and I have with me a very special guest. Very beautiful, very humble, very talented, and I love this person. She's just an amazing being. CEO of Self Image Beauty, a speaker, a teacher, and a self image coach. Please welcome Shelley Mae.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you also. I know you're a very busy person, running a business, multiple clients, and you're sharing, positivity, and you're speaking, you're teaching. Thank you for spending time to be with me in this show.
I'm excited. It's really that's what it's about. The number one takeaway I think of even entrepreneurship for me has been the ability to share my voice and put myself out there and realizing the impact. So thank you for creating this podcast, and I hope it reaches all the people that it's meant to, because I know that it will.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Well, you mentioned what you do, right? Can we capitalize on that? Can you share more about like what you do and about the business, the current business that you're focusing on?
Yeah, so I'm currently focusing on self-image coaching, and I have an online beauty learning academy. And so those things have kind of gone in and out of each other. And I've learned a lot along this journey of entrepreneurship. I first started out in the beauty industry as just a regular esthetician. I just wanted to help people feel beautiful and uplift them through the services. Little did I know that the journey to set out and be my own boss would require so much more work on myself internally. And so getting myself into personal development really allowed me to grow my business and allowed me to grow myself. And then that evolved into a beautiful, what I call incubator. So my beauty business, that when I was taking clients, all of a sudden became an incubator where women would come, and I always had a goal to have them leave feeling better than how they came in. And so as I learned about being a positive light in this world, it allowed me to step more into my gifts and my passion to help people. And so as I grew and changed my self-image, which is the concept of yourself, it is how you perceive yourself. It is made up of all your experiences, what you've gone through, your childhood traumas, your triumphs, things that you have experienced, and how people have responded to you. So we have like this picture. If we had a picture in our mind of what we think that we are. And as I changed that picture, because I was letting go of limiting beliefs as I grew my business and as I grew myself, it changed my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am here building my self-image coaching business and helping clients change their self-image and
Wow.
to better their lives. So
Wow. When you say self-image, because a lot of us don't, it's the understanding of self-image for most of us is very shallow. What do you mean by self-image? And what is the importance of understanding what the real definition of self-image is?
I love that. And it's perfect because I actually started in the beauty industry. And so a lot of people think self-image beauty, that's very superficial, but I've tried to implement and integrate my purpose within the beauty industry as well as out of the beauty industry, and helping people understand what their self-image is. So like I mentioned, it's the concept of yourself. So it's the idea. When you look in the mirror, you say and think so much more about yourself in who you think you are, whether it's, you believe that you're not enough, you're maybe not worthy of love, or you're a mess up, or you're not beautiful, or you're not this enough or that enough. Like when we look in the mirror, we actually have these preconceived notions about who we think we are. But as we grow and we push ourselves and put ourselves into personal development and grow our mindset, and we start to realize that we can change our self-image. So our brains are not concrete. Our self-image is not concrete. It's like clay, and it's like what we focus on, we can mold it into what we desire it to be, but it has to start with the belief that you can change. And that's the biggest thing I would say is people, when it comes to their self-image, they think it's just their physical appearance. But you can have two people that look exactly the same, and one person loves themselves and the other person doesn't. And it's just so clear, which is why I focus on the self-image, because everything coming from that space can change your relationships. When you're feeling good about yourself and when you are confident in yourself, it changes how you engage with the world. It also changes how you interpret how people are responding to you. And all of those aspects of us make up the self-image.
Is that related or connected to having a positive mindset?
Well, your self-image is like the idea of yourself. So 100%, it does relate to having a positive mindset, because once again, remember, our self-image is what we believe that we are,
Mm.
and the concept of ourselves. So if we are always negative and always focusing on the negative, then we're going to keep experiencing the negative, and we're not going to really be feeling good about ourselves. And so I think it's so important to cultivate a positive mindset. I was not raised that way. I had to learn how to be positive. I had to learn how to change my words and how I was looking at things and choosing differently. So there's a strategy that I love, and it's called choose again. Gabrielle Bernstein taught this to me, and she said, whenever you have a thought come to your mind, whether it's like, oh, if you're trying to start a new business, oh, it's going to fail, or what if it doesn't look right, and what if I look stupid in front of people? I mean, I remember when I first started my first speaking gig, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to think that I'm horrible, like I've never done this before. And then she says, when you catch yourself in that sabotaging frame of mind, that negative mindset, you just choose again. Choose something a little bit better, a little bit more positive, a little bit more empowering. And that's how you like grow up the ladder. Like it's like baby steps, and you have to continually practice what you want and what you desire. And
Wow,
so
that's very strong. Um, but you mentioned that you were not you growing up you were not in that environment. So what made you have this mindset and the awakening? Was it because someone influenced you, or what happened?
ooh, that's a good story. So I remember the moment the lid started to be removed, so to speak, in my mind. And then from there it was just an ongoing process. But I actually grew up in a family with 10 kids. I was ninth out of 10 kids. And so it was crazy because I didn't necessarily feel like I was an individual with the voice that mattered. I was just a part of the crowd. And so I think that there was a part of me that always had this longing to be enough and to be seen and to be worthy. And so at the beginning of the journey, when I was an entrepreneur, I was like, I'm going to make this work no matter what, because I have to prove myself. And I remember going to an event. This was crazy. I go to this event and I walk in to this event that was a skincare thing that someone invited me to because I was in the beauty industry. Little did I know, I walk in this room, this lady's on stage. She is making millions and millions of dollars, and she at one point was homeless. And
Whoa.
and she's sharing her story. And I just remember this, like, it felt like a brick hit me in the head. It was like, hello, like you are meant to do this. And then later that evening, one of my mentors pulled me aside. He's like, Shelley, how are you feeling about this opportunity? How much money do you want to make? What do you want your impact to be? Like, what are your goals? What are your dreams? And I literally was like, no one has ever asked me this before. I was like, wait, this is allowed? Like, I can actually go further than just clocking in and out of a monotonous job to pay the bills. What? Like, you're seeing me? And so I think that was the start of it, where I got a little taste of like someone instilling belief in me. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do, is because I know that if I can be one person to even just help plant a little seed of belief or love or empowerment or enoughness into someone, when they're scrolling on my social media, or whether they're my coaching client, or whether I help them with a beauty training or a beauty service, like I've done my goal. If I've done it, if that's what I do, I'm happy. That's what I'm here to do.